Yeah, hi. All you not mainstream people. I just wanted to show you quickly a page I found today. Yes, I'm learning every day. Magma Indonesia. And it's made really nicely. And you can see what's going on. There is a quakes and land movement and volcanoes. Loading. What do we get? Nothing actually. Or I don't know. I just found it today. I don't know yet how to use it really. I just wanted to show. Now you know that I don't know how to use it. Bridging the will of nature to society. Yeah, but now to something different. Volcanoes. Check this out. Remember, uh, I made a few videos already where I claimed in a way somehow that every glacier is a volcano. And the Alps, for example, there are many of those places which really look like calderas since the actual glacier has gone and only a lake remains, which is for some magical reason always full with water and really clear water. And we have all those wells up in the mountains, we have mineral springs, and we have hot springs, and all this kind of stuff. And mountains are created electrically. They are fused together by heat and electromagnetism. It makes the connection from the heavens to the earth. It will penetrate the mantle. It will go down to where the water is because the water will rise up towards the electricity. It is the thing which creates the connection to the heavens, the groundwater. It will rise up. And by rising up, it will pull all the material together, which forms the mountains. Just have a quick look at this. A dangerous glacier grows inside Mount St. Helen's crater.
At the USGS National Volcanic Laboratory, Vancouver, Washington, seismographs act as an early warning system, gathering real-time earthquake and tremor information from sensors placed on the mountain.
We're always monitoring Mount St. Helens because it is the volcano that's erupted the most frequently in the Cascades.
Hydrologist Steve Schilling says there is reason to take notice of what's happening in the crater.
Now, because it erupted in 1980 did not remove all hazard. So I can show you as comparison here between 1980 and 2000. And so you can see as I flicker that on and off, the dome grows and the increase within the crater, sort of in a horseshoe shape around the dome of the snow and ice and rock that's accumulating. And so that's a fairly quick period of time for this glacier to develop. Eventually what this will do is fill up, and in who knows how many years from now, eventually we'll have another mountain like it looked prior to the 1980 eruption. And it will erupt again someday.
Here's a good example of studying the glacier helps scientists calculate how much ice, snow, and rock is accumulating. And whether something short of an eruption, like a big earthquake, could cause a lahar is one of the things geologists want to find out. But the glacier is now big enough that a lahar, if it happens, will probably cause considerable damage.
This used to be almost flat, or let's say a 10-degree angle slope. If you take all that mass out, going all the way around the dome, that's how much is accumulated since 1986. The lahar hazard would be tremendous because all the glaciers that were obliterated in 1980, half of that mess is back in the crater right now. It would take 5 million dump trucks just to get all that snow mass out.
So now, lahar, like mud flows. Sometimes they're hot and poisonous. And as we have seen now, like in recent, I somehow try to keep a little bit an eye on when volcanoes erupting about the behaving of the water. Because quite often there's a volcano erupting and there's an ash plume, but actually not that much lava. There's just water coming out. It's lahar. So there's a glacier growing inside the volcano, inside of the caldera of the volcano. Some glaciers are retreating, some, like this one, is growing really quickly. Even though that there is probably not that much more snowfall, which would somehow make it easy to understand why it's growing so fast. And it obviously seems to grow from underneath. Yeah, I was just somehow surprised when I watched that video and I thought about Mountainwater. I will put a link below to one of my sketchy videos about Mountainwater and why I think glaciers are actual volcanoes. And for example, Europe, the Alps region, they should really get aware of that, if I'm correct. And there's still one big thing which is missing in the whole picture. The pile of glaciers are the things which carved out all the valleys. So where's the pile? Where are those piles which the glaciers carved out of the mountains? There are no piles. They just are not there. So probably this is one of the best example. Just I found it today, I guess. Yeah, today. Yeah, in the morning. That was really exciting. It was really exciting to find this kind of thing, a rapidly fast growing glacier. Probably the only glacier which grows so quickly. I don't know. But it's inside a volcano caldera. And there might be fluctuations in the temperature and pressure of the groundwater. The groundwater is the thing which connects so many other things which go on underground, telluric currents and what have you. And since Earth's magnetic field shield sphere, magnetosphere is weakening, whatever the sun does, it will affect Earth more. Which means if it would be really quiet, the sun, it would affect Earth more than, let's say, 20 years ago. But obviously, the sun is a little bit an overachiever at the moment. Sun cycle 25. It looks already like solar maximum. So much flare activity and all these kind of things. So we might just see more and more of these lahar types of things happening. Probably also in the Alps. Like these kind of floods. I showed you one, the Brick flood from somewhat 25 years ago or something. And they always say that there was just so much rain up in the mountains. And I was back then, 25 years ago, or whenever it happened, I was just already then thinking that is this really possible that it was raining so much that there would be just like this amount of water just flowing down at once? And nowadays, after I had this epiphany about glaciers and volcanoes and geothermal activity and learn stuff, I really think it could have been possible back then that there was some kind of Lahar type of event happening in the Swiss Alps, just no one talked about it. Because, first of all, if they would have known about it, they probably would haven't told anyone, or they just didn't understood what happened. Or, third, and probably most important, I'm totally wrong. Yeah, it could be. I'm thinking about this a lot. It's just so funny that time after time after time I find clues about what is it, my theory about glacier. Every glacier is a volcano, basically. Some kind of geothermal activity thing. Some are extinct. Earthquakes, they broke those connections to the groundwater and it just died off. Some are still active after 12,000 years. Yeah, Mount St. Helens, a growing glacier inside a caldera. What a clue for my theory. I think that's exciting. And if anyone knows better, thought further, or how to put it, about the formation of glaciers, about my theory, the comparison between those two, I would be really glad to know. Because if I am so wrong, totally wrong, that there is absolutely no sense in what I'm talking about, trying to explain you, please tell me. I don't want to waste my time with thinking about shit that doesn't matter. But I think this matters. If people would understand that every glacier is a volcano, probably the overall alert level of people would rise. Yeah, the climate is changing. It was getting warmer. The glaciers were melting. Yeah. But how did they form in the first place? What was where's the pile? This just doesn't match up like the old story, common theory, or whatever you want to call it. I have been in the Alps. I'm born in Switzerland. I know I have been there. I have been skiing on glaciers. I know how it looks. I have been there. I got teach this stuff in school. And I was reading about it, like in free time, because I'm curious. But since I once, one of my thoughts, if you just have one thought, then you're probably in trouble. But it happened that I was thinking about that. Could it be that every glacier is just a volcano? There are mud volcanoes and lava volcanoes and all these kind of volcanoes. So a glacier is just one kind of a volcano, a really kind one. Yeah, and glaciers are melting from underneath, like we have in Iceland. Grimsvötn, is it Europe's biggest glacier, which is on top of volcano? Is it Europe's biggest volcano? I don't know. Could be. But I leave it here. Thanks for listening. And yeah, thanks. I don't know who's listening. What, like, I can't see comments. There's just a few I see every now and then. But I guess more than half of all comments I cannot see. I don't see ever. And I don't trust in those. How many people are watching? How many thumbs up I get? I don't know. I don't really trust in them at all. But I try not to care too much about that. That's not about this channel. It's not about me. It's about us. Future. Nature. Thanks.